Did you know that in the Invincible comics, Mark actually gets thrown into the main Marvel universe? It all starts when the dimension-hopping villain Angstrom Levy is throwing Mark through random portals to tire him out. Mark literally tumbles out straight onto a skyscraper roof in New York City. He lands dead on top of Doctor Octopus, who at that exact second had Spider-Man pinned by the throat. So, without even trying, Mark saves Spider-Man's life within 2 seconds of arriving. Once they realize they're both good guys, they start hanging out on a rooftop. Mark immediately cracks a joke about how Spider-Man is a totally lazy superhero name. He's like, you have spider powers, so you call yourself Spider-Man? That's like me calling myself Superman. Since Mark is stuck there until another portal opens, Peter Parker decides to show him around and takes him to Avengers Tower to check if their tracking systems can find where Doc Ock ran off to. Since Mark is from another dimension, they both feel safe enough to take off their masks. Mark meets Peter, and then meets Peter's wife, Mary Jane. Peter actually gets insecure and expects Mark to be shocked that a nerdy guy landed someone as beautiful as MJ. But Mark just shrugs and says, "Man, you're funny, athletic, and decent looking. Why would I be surprised?" But the absolute best part of the entire encounter is when the rest of the Avengers walk into the room. Mark has no idea who these people are, so he tries to guess all of their superhero names using Peter's naming logic. It is honestly hilarious. He points at Iron Man and guesses Robot Man. He looks at Wolverine and calls him Claw Man. He sees Captain America's suit and goes, Flag Man. And by the end of the conversation, Peter is just standing in the corner questioning his identity, realizing his name really does suck. Before they can banter anymore, Iron Man alerts them that Doc Ock is tearing up the harbor. They fly out to stop him, and Doc Ock tries to swing an arm at Spider-Man, misses, and hits Mark instead. Now, you have to remember, Mark comes from a universe where superhero fights are bloody and lethal. He gets annoyed, flies straight at Doc Ock, and casually rips his mechanical arms apart with his bare hands. Spider-Man is just standing there completely horrified by how violent and insanely strong this kid is. Right after the brawl, a portal opens up and Mark heads home. Spider-Man tries to help Mark and throws web at him, but the portal closes before he can go with him. Now, if you watched the animated show, you know we didn't get Peter Parker. Because Disney and Sony own the rights to Spider-Man, Amazon couldn't legally use him without getting hit with a massive copyright lawsuit. So to get around the legal team, they changed his name to Agent Spider, renamed Doc Ock to Professor Ock, and tweaked the suit colors. But as a brilliant nod to the fans, they actually hired Josh Keaton, the iconic voice actor from the spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, to voice him.